play out of their minds, and we've seen, even against Gamer Legion, they really thrived with not having pressure on themselves, Paravision. That's when they've played their best Counter-Strike. So they're not only playing a little bit worse because of the pressure themselves, they're also giving their opponent a little bit of a buff.
Which is probably why our sponsor are also quite heavily favouring the side of Paravision going into this one, but there is a little bit of a catch. That was Paravision's pick, now it's Legacy's pick. It's Inferno. What's the story here?
Well, the story is that both teams like to play the map. Coming into this tournament, Paravision had won it 7 out of 8 times leading up to this tournament. I believe they played against Bait and lost in a very close game, 13-11. That could have gone their way. The thing is, they're playing second-tier opposition. They're playing tier 2, tier 3. So yes, the results look great, and you would argue Paravision are very comfortable on Inferno. Legacy are playing a different caliber of teams. Coming into this tournament, they would have beaten Aurora, they've beaten Astralis, they've beaten Liquid, they're beating some of the top European teams, some of the teams that you see in Stage 2 and Stage 3 as well. So judging by the stats, it's a map that both teams play well, a map that both teams play comfortable on, but judging on who the opposition has been in those games, I'd say Legacy are more prone to come in here and play a better level of Counter-Strike when it comes to Inferno.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I still think, you know, Ancient is a hard map to kind of find those mid-round aggressions that Legacy want to provide. I do think Inferno isn't maybe the best place for that, but I still would argue that you have a little bit more avenues where you can be aggressive, and you know, them being so good at banana fights, etc. That's where the real edge is going to be for Legacy.
Yeah, can you tell me an individual to be looking out for from the side of Legacy?
I feel like it's always Dumao and Lado, you know, those two in combination, especially one of them that is always aggressive on banana. You know that it's going to be in your face every single round. Whether they do it early stage in the round or they do it late, there's going to be a lot of aggression coming in right here, and one could fall to think that, oh, Paravision, they're just going to wait it out. However, on Inferno, you need to take a certain amount of map control if you want to stand a chance late in the round.
Takes ain't easy on this map.
That's the thing, you know. So for Paravision, I think they're going to struggle a lot with the aggression, I'm not going to lie.
Well, it sounds like a cliche by now, but it truly is do or die time. Is this the last time we see Legacy here in Budapest?
It's a scary thought, Freya, that Legacy could be getting cut short, and especially by a team that, coming to the Major, had never defeated a team in the top 20 of HLTV. And yet now, their final last 2 opponents have been Gamer Legion and Legacy, 2 of the only teams in that top 20, Launders.
It sounds stupid to throw out stats, but when we get to the Major, we just see it too many Majors in a row, where there's some things that are just more important, especially with the pressure. That's just a unique factor about this event, the one that everybody wants more than anything else, that can really make you crumble, or make some players really shine. The thing about Inferno is Legacy, it's no longer a reliable map for them. They are, it's a team that should be picking this map. They have enough reps to be good on it at depth in their playbook. That makes sense, and it's a good punish versus Paravision. It's just not one where the self-confidence is at its all-time high. They lose it sometimes inexplicably. It's hard to say who they'll beat, who they'll lose to. Paravision have played once so far this Major. They narrowly lost to Bait. They can run it. It's not like it's a good map for them. I'm just a little bit worried for Legacy that this used to be just such an amazing place to go, and now not as much.
Well, freebie. Walk around the corner. James is dead to that banana flank, so this balcony push better work. Satsin's going to shut down the first one. Cielo's got an early kill in this map at least. And Beltronic able to get into the bomb site. That fast flood from the flank is now all here on the short side. Big clutch attempt for Cielo. And he's got one stuck behind the pillar on the reload. Whew.
This guy has no fear.
Puts the flash out for the re-swing. He's got him still stuck in. Right down to it. Dancing back toward Lotto, dodging shots. Wins the clutch and shuts him down. And that's going to send Zello back to the dark place.
He's kind of a monster, though. That was crazy the way that he played that. So much pressure on Legacy, who normally are the ones who like to swarm. That flash works wonders. He gets so much damage in, but that skinny pillar is enough. Chip damage with a Glock is no good. It's a great try and a last bullet kill for Lotto.
Trying to flex their advantage. Legacy straight into the mid push. Surprised Jane got caught at the wheel like that last round. Back turn totally to bottom middle. Thought maybe he had gotten Legacy to be a bit more timid, but not the case.
Yeah, it's nice to see the counter on the pistol strat, because it feels like Paravision had just been like so good at that.
Now you're going to give them no room to work whatsoever. I do think Legacy are that sort of team. You try to put them in a cage, and they are just going to start thrashing. Well, this round and the round prior kind of kick off to that. Down a map now on your own, looking to come out and just set a tone. It's good aggressive moves. You know, Legacy have had to learn to go through all of these motions in the biggest pressured games of their careers from Austin until now. It's been a growing phase for them. And you got to tap into that wealth of experience to just dispatch of what is, again, a bunch of major debutantes.
Left this bomb back in spawn. So they're working up towards this A play. Oh my goodness, that is a crazy big risk. Heard that rifler right there, and Nissim takes some damage. Quite a successful start to this situation here for Paravision. Push the opera back on A, done some damage, and they have car control already. What's the move, Legacy?
Go for the execute. They're just going to go for yet again one of those sudden pops. W shut down. No answer back from him. So it's a good start for Legacy as they're just going to start dumping utility pressure onto site and already down through middle. That's at least spotted by James. Valchanak ready for that climb up, but dies out to it. And this is not a comfortable amount of control for Paravision whatsoever. They'll put the bomb down at the least. Dumau's going to dive through. That gets read by James. He picks up the position in pit just at the same moment. And already that banana flank keeps this pressure on. Zello, Nada, just stuck in the back of this bomb site. They know they are awaiting the retake, and they don't have any tools to put that fire out, except for the swing and the double headshot. Huge chance here for the clutch out of Zello to recover what was a bad first map. Bullets whiz by, and he'll find nothing. Legacy come through, still 2 players standing, and find that third round straight.
A little nervous with the late smoke in CT spawn, but overall a great retake, and everything that Legacy wanted to get out of that round in their default, playing on B, the boost up to get the first kill, the Maulians to delay the plant, the players they had on the flank, like they were getting what they were looking for. The spams and the cross, everything was excellent. We're gonna really look for them dodging grenades, or if they're gonna eat those grenades here on T side. Legacy, they like to throw full kits from the site. Zello gets tagged down low already. There's no window flash. This op might just get a free shot.
Yes, it will. Quick pop from Sadson. Nate is perfectly placed, so Paravision gonna have a rough go at it to get just anywhere close to this B site. Jostle around the utility. Try to set up a pack of players to pounce off the util.
You can already see that Paravision are a little bit more rough around the edges. 2 Tech 9s on this round. They got the space they're looking for, but they're... Yeah, Zach can still be dangerous. Shot gets missed. That's really awkward.
Certainly helps out Paravision's efforts. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Kills come right back, though. Sadzen's second chance, not going to miss. Bottom mid player will get caught, though. 30 seconds to run this back at A if they want, but no bomb. Yeah. It's just for the save.
So the repeat from the op, that helps solidify their position on the site. Nice kills out of Sadzen.
What you up to, James?
Always got to do things a little different.
Right, yeah, you could go run in T-spawn like everybody else would ever, including the teammate
But he's
sent
just
with that M4.
saving a Tech 9 is the thing.
No, he's hunting an M4 is what he's doing.
Yeah. But he would be saving a Tech 9 if he just sat in his spawn the whole time, so this is actually not that great for him. He would have rather died.
Couldn't find him as Nissim also went to look for another. Not the strong start that Paravision were looking for after establishing that 6-0 back on Ancient. Fantastic chance.
space that they're getting is still good. They're not catching that, like, the retake kit from the B site when they're at the top of car. So, the exec gets this close a little dangerous, but when you get the first kill here, that helps out a lot. I think what they were missing was the full follow-through. Trying to catch the flank on this round when they were already down a player, and that exact with that amount of space they took, if they had just swarmed more, it would have been maybe a better idea versus Legacy.
There's just more pep in their step this map already. You know, we've seen it since the pistol, and Sadzin's going to weaponize it again here in the 5th round.
Yeah, they just look way more comfortable. I think conversely, Paravision don't.
Comfortable and wide awake. I think that first map loss was a slap upside the head. In a good way. It's got them looking sharper. It's going to be a reminder that while Paravision have shown great promise and have great momentum coming into this major, you know, big win streaks, map streaks on Mirage, something that they had in their back pocket, it's still just trying to take down the big dogs. Beating top 20 teams is what it eluded them. They separated themselves from teams of their caliber on the run to Budapest. There's 3 teams ranked in the top 20 at this stage. They just entirely avoid phase, 1 of 3. Beat Gamer Legion yesterday and tried to take a piece out of Legacy tonight. So they have waited their time to get a piece of the top 20. Now they got to show that they can do it twice. Dumao sits back sights. They just run on in, great grenade damage, and it serves up a perfect distraction. Lotto setting up Dumao for the alley-oop, but he goes ahead and gets 2 of his own. And this is Legacy just tearing through Paravision now.
Yeah, so good. I mean, everything that you want to see on their best day on Inferno is what we're getting right now. When it really matters, they're smiling about it. I think there was a moment where it's like, you know, like throughout Bucharest, CAC, every single first pick was Inferno, and it'll continue to be. But they only won half those games, and match like this, you gotta pick it. There's going to be a little worry about, okay, well, what does Jane know about our Inferno? What is he going to teach us about our Inferno now? But the amount of reps they have on it, it's just undeniable.
The shot, luckily for them, Dumao out from Sandbags finds that AW extension, who's now sitting 0 and 6.
Zello saw that.
He's going to keep an eye on it. Ooh, or is he? He's going to go try to join that pack. They think, okay, you can have apartments. We'll just push right past
That's
you.
so crazy, that decision. They saw the hall setup off Zello's call, I guess, and Op goes down.
Is it crazy or is it just Jane?
Yeah.
Smoke comes out to balcony, trying to find that route out for Lux to apply more pressure. He at least gets the angle with his utility.
Yo.
That's lovely, right? Just creates that pocket of smoke so that he can dump nades into the back of the site. You see the impact it has. Beltronic just dropped down as low as his 2 teammates, but a back turn to Zello. He's gonna walk out, execute. Dumao sees the brackets is clear for the taking. It's this push up from Moto with 2 inbound now. Beltronic turns around to it, already players on site. Lotto's gonna clear that back corner. We've got this push out through smoke from Zello punished. Nada, deep corner of pit, also cleared, and Legacy come in big.
Oh,
just enough time for the 6-0 start. The same thing Paravision did to them map 1.
Zello tried to have so much impact here, I think, off this call. Again, they run up mid very quickly. It's obviously some frustration, I think, with some close moments, but that's because, well, they haven't won a round, so that's natural.
When you put it that way. This is one that they could have pulled off, even with low health. I mean, disadvantage was there for a long time, but
Zello really tried to come in and help.
Efficiency from the retake out of Legacy.
They would have benefited from a lane plant there. Wally did come down into the site.
I think it was losing Jame inside a boiler, right? That would have prevented that.
Yeah.
Worried about the boiler peak coming through.
Yeah, that's right. They're making Paravision look like Vitality right now.
Why does that feel so long ago?
It was. And Counter-Strike years. It's even
6 months, huh?
more rapid than dog years.
A lot changes in 6 months. Like Vitality not winning every event this season.
Complexity or Ukrainian.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wow. Look how much space they take off of just
great
one
map,
little piece
right?
of utility, man. These
Yeah.
guys are wild.
Ready to slam into this bomb site again. And honestly, I'm not comfortable if I'm Sadson.
They didn't even wrap. They just escorted one player around.
He'll sit on it.
Nice shot.
Not as the first victim, but Beltronic comes out with the Nissim kill. Oh, more damage, but it's just damage.
It's kind of sick, man. They didn't go with the arch wrap, but leaving a guy
Well
here.
done.
Yeah.
Zello up into the Moto corner makes a world of difference in terms of locking this one down. And you'd think Legacy gotta let it go, but again, be cost effective. Don't let Paravision walk away with 4.
I'd love to know like what percentage of their rounds are out of spawn. Like they know how this whole thing is going to play out versus we made a creative decision on the fly, because it just feels like so many moves are they're adapting to the moment more than going off of a set play.
Not getting out of there. Otto makes sure that there is some kind of price tag, but still,
That's
majority
not a
up
big
is
kill.
good for Paravision.
Yeah, that's a big kill to get out of there. 1 down for Legacy, 3 saved for Paravision. Bomb plant as well on this win. They're
And it
gonna,
feels like Paravision also, while all those things you just point out are true, are also at the same time figuring this out somewhat, right? This now back-to-back kind of rapid explosion into the A bomb site. Because they didn't have apartments last time and Lux was able to come through with more damage. Yeah, the retake does stick its landing.
Yeah.
Because every Paravision player was down to 15 health or so. You know, the odds were so stacked against them. This time, they set themselves up quickly. They know what they want. They follow through.
that's something we can all appreciate as Counter-Strike fans. They play off the live data really well.
Sure. Oh!
So do Legacy, I guess. Wow.
3 nades perfectly placed.
That's
AW and Nada down.
Full buy, by the way. Not a
Nasty.
Nico.
Calculate that.
Put that in your abacus.
In your what now?
Your ass.
Subtle. Auto 14-2, by the way. Rockstar on the B site. More players coming his way. He's happy to just sit inside the fire. He'll burn all the way down to 6 HP.
Hey, that's calculated too.
It's a bit crazy as well. Smoke's coming over top. You've already got that 3rd piece in position with Sadson. I think in this comfortable of a spot, Lotto's going to be willing to go for sprays through that edge of the smoke. We'll see if it sets up Doom out again. Wow, just barely getting by that. Tucking into the pit at 25 seconds. Doom out slides up, sprays away Beltronic, and gets Jello as well.
Too easy.
Find them piece after piece. Send James to the save, and Lux sitting bottom middle's going to deny that off. So here we go again. Legacy answering immediately.
They've definitely learned a lot about A, and in the rounds they've lost towards A, you could see like this is the small move they could do to win, and then they proved it. But over on B, Legacy just full control. And he who wins Banana wins Inferno, period.
Just perfection from the utility for the kickoff.
I feel like they need to start mollying these backside positions on their execs instead of just going for the contact explodes, because like, you know, sometimes teams can't even play in these standard spots because the utility is so good, but you don't really get Paravision doing full strength site execs. It's like they get top car and then they try to just, it seems like they just try to get across the grill. Then they start trying to fight, but they always forget about either someone on quad or someone on emo. That guy gets more than they're supposed to. One round in this game so far for Paravision. It was a nice one. They'll be lucky to buy again.
For all we know, they've got a godlike CT side in store, but it's one of the flatter halves we've had out of Paravision so far in Budapest. There's there's no star of the show either that's trying to really fight for this. It's not even a tug of war. It's just Legacy, both hands on control. No signs of slowing down. Okay, that's insane. That is crazy.
Almost entirely killed from that far away on the boost.
I was like,
Beltronic will not know about that till later. That's mad.
For 80 damage, not even like, you know, a little bit of 15 chip. No, no, no. Lux is actually going to be a liability this round because of that wall bang.
Whoa.
Again, they just try to explode into a site. This time the trade is good. Dumau finds, again, a separated 1v1. Beltronic trying to swing out. That's the bomb down. Dumau does good work, but Jame will finally put an end to this B defense.
Just too many bodies to get
Double
in.
nade, but it bounces off the front of the site. It doesn't all come through, and Jame, just what a move. Going in through that coffin smoke, taking a challenge into the back of Church.
The op's down, so he knows he can swing a little bit more. He's not worried about re-peeking in this spot. Let's see what Legacy can come up with.
They're gonna go double smoke, trying to go over it. He's gonna find that one, so Jame finding a multi-kill this time. Nissim's got a lot of rounds to play with, so the retake attempt comes out. It is a Jame triple. Finally, a strong multi-kill moment out of the side of Paravision, and of course, leave it to Jame.
I'm a big fan of that. I think they still could have cleaned up on B. Like, there's one part of the exec that is really true to their personality and how they're contacting, like, full explosion, everybody coming through when they're coming through on the smoke, but like, Legacy are still getting the first kill every time. Sometimes they're even getting 2, 3 kills on the B site defense. So unless Paravision are extremely high numbers when it comes time to do it, you're gonna have a really solid hold. They need to make better use of mollies, I think.
Like you said, those full execs, right?
Yeah, they should try them at least. Those backside positions are just not that safe. When the T's have a lot of money. They shouldn't be anyways. But I like that Legacy are never getting caught playing retake. They're abusing what works. It's pragmatic.
Facing in Banana this round for Legacy either, so you're just letting Paravision get close again.
Yeah.
They do molly backside, there's nobody there.
They
so
push them back both sides of A, just like that.
Good on Legacy to try to keep these positionings fresh. They'll drop a smoke ahead of this at 45 seconds.
They don't care about these smokes sometimes, man.
For better or for worse. Sometimes Legacy just end up with free kills, but Tech9's about to jump in. You know they're going to play with it. Dumau turns it over. Sure enough, again, it is 3 dead to that M4.
And you'd love for them to learn from this, but it's getting a little bit too late.
Stuffed on the approach. Dumau going back in for more. Beltronic over towards Pit will get the answer back at least. But then they set default ablaze. He's going to be desperate to not die to the utility. Jame catching Satsin's actually quite big.
Oof.
Lotto spams through it, off peek into the coffins, but it's low health for Beltronic. And it's an easy pickup for Paravision yet again.
Yeah, I mean, the other way is you draw out so much utility, there are no smokes. You don't want to see like 5 rifle rounds this half. A team had to go through a smoke. When they got top B really early, you know, you're not getting a last second exact. This is 35. They could have waited a little longer, but maybe they didn't feel confident that they got all the utility out. It's obviously harder to count grenades now that you can drop them, but I can't help but feel they're just chopping some opportunities.
Running out of runway now. We've got 2 more rounds left in this half for Paravision. 2 one-off round wins. Took them 7 rounds just to figure it out the first time. And that round was that really rapid brackets into A commitment.
Nice.
And just again, you know, sort of freed up to do as he pleases on Banana. And it's when Legacy have leads like these that they start to take more and more liberties. Their confidence boils over into those kinds of deep peaks. Willing to run alongside the risks. All while James and company trying to play catch up. Lechonic ahead of that with the boiler player as well. So 2 players on short about to challenge into what is 3 players ready to receive. Apartments control for neither team. Flash misses. Not ideal. Nissa capitalizes on that. Big mistake here for Paravision, and at this point and a half that's falling this flat, you can't be making mistakes like a missed flashbang.
No, definitely not. Yeah,
Another 5 players
pretty
alive
important
situation. This is the kind of legacy that I can get behind.
yeah. And Paravision, you know, they very well may have come into this game. You bring out these top 20 stats, and they know they're going to have to give away a map pick here and there. Like, they know they have a strong Ancient. They win yesterday 2-0 because they get overpass as Gamer Legion's map pick. That's just a blessing for them. Even if they're OT games, they know they're comfortable on them. But here on Inferno, they don't really have the wins to show us why they would win versus Legacy, all things equal.
Final go of it, and one that doesn't look pretty. Tech9's on 4. There's been no savior this half for Paravision. Biggest individual pop-off moment was that triple kill out of James, when they were finally able to break down that B-site defense once. So again, they're just going to try to get explosive with the Galil. Lechonic good for the first and a second.
Okay.
Now we've got real pressure here for Lotto, but he's been the star of this B-site. He'll clip Nada, and as he gives himself utility to play around, oh, he does get clipped. AW's got him trying to dive around into the darker corner. Nissim walking up from Banana already dropped. And so it's an AW multi-kill alongside Velchonic. Good on him. 2 kills to each of their names, and Sadzin, with a near impossible 1v4 ahead of him, has to go for it. Final round of this half. And Paravision, a gift for the road. We said stats-wise, it's not an uncomfortable map for Paravision, but it's just not versus top composition. And so piecing it together, they sit and wait, and they're gonna let that bomb pop. Come on now, Sadzin, let it go. You can take all the time in the world, you're never figuring that one out. Paravision, a 3rd round at least, but will it be enough? Because this is the legacy that we have been waiting for. not the domination that Paravision were able to kick off Ancient with. Frustration starts to come through on the side of the challengers as Legacy find footing on a map that they call home. Inferno's CT side bodes well for the Brazilians. A 9-3 CT half is certainly enough to close this, Launders.
It is. Everything we've seen from Legacy was good. They've given away a round at the end when everything's going so well. You know, it can happen. A couple of mistakes on B. The one time it's not fully smoked and, you know, Paravision coming exact. That's what they were looking for all half. They couldn't find it till the very end. Call it a gift, a little charity round right there. But overall, nothing to worry about here. If you're a Legacy fan, they should be able to close this map out.
Unless